Hey, what's going on? I'm down here on the river. I did some bank fishing, trying to catfish, and threw a jig around too. Nothing happening. It's getting towards the end of July. It's real hot. Last 2 days were nice and cool. Had some thunderstorms, zap the humidity last couple days, and it's been pretty nice. So with that rain came some mushrooms. I thought I'd go over some summertime, middle of the summer mushrooms that I pick in my woods. But a lot of people don't go after the summertime mushrooms for whatever reason. A lot of people don't. A lot of outdoorsmen don't even spend time in the woods in the summer. It's hot and muggy and weeds, bugs. I know, I get it. There's lots of foraging to do, lots of mushrooms to be found. Summertime's a great time for finding mushroom, especially if you get some moisture. Anytime during the month of July, you get some good rain, a couple little soaks, and then a big rain, whatever. Get the ground pretty muddy. You're gonna find some mushrooms in the woods. So yeah, utilize that opportunity instead of sitting inside and air conditioning all day. Get out, get some exercise. Get out in the timber, find some shrooms. There are lots of them out there, and if you like mushrooms, you like morels, there's no reason you wouldn't like these. Yeah, I was walking through the woods here to get to a fishing spot and didn't do no good fishing, but passed several varieties of mushrooms on the way. I think three. Should be able to show you 3 different varieties that they're delicious and edible, and yeah, here we go. Dang, there's a nice piece of driftwood I'd like to have. This section right here. Chew that out, hollow that out, and make it a picture frame with that live edge as the opening. Dang it. I'm way too far to haul that out. Way too far in the vehicle. Plus I'd have to have a saw, and I got gear. Just ain't happening, but maybe it'll be still for another time. Alright, so yeah, anyway, here's a big log. Here's some shrooms. Tree ears. Yeah, you guys know these. You'll see them commonly. Little turkey tail down there. People make tea out of that stuff. Turkey tail. Yeah, tree ears, turkey tails. You see them on everywhere in your yard. They're good. They're real good in soups. They're not much for deep frying or anything like that, but they're good for drop these right in a hot bowl of soup. Clean them off, rinse them off. Get a bowl of soup steaming hot and drop these right in. It's in that hot steaming soup, you know, and that's all you got to do. If you like, you can blanch them in hot water real quick if you're not comfortable with that, and then throw them in your soup. But they're good. They have a texture of beef, like Chinese style cooking. Beef, the slivers of beef that's in like broccoli and beef, those little slivers of steak, this has the same texture. And if you're making a soup, mushrooms, to me, mushrooms always highlight whatever food you're eating. They absorb the flavor of whatever food you're eating. So they take on that flavor. That's what they do. So if you were to eat these in a bowl of soup that contained beef broth, like a beef vegetable soup, just something that has a beef based broth, these will taste just like a piece of meat. Try them. I mean, you see them growing on your stacks of firewood, trees in your yard, real common. Now these ones have got some big varieties. This is a big clump. This ain't as common where you see them in this size. Okay, you're gonna find these in the woods in the shade on rotten stumps where they got a lot of nutrients and moisture. These are a large variety. They've been growing for a while. But anyway, yeah, they're good. Most of the time when you see them, they kind of look like that, real small, and the bugs like them, slugs like them. But yeah, most of the time you're gonna see them like that, and it's pretty rare to get big boys like that. That's a nice find. Beautiful. Here's another variety. It's hiding down here. Super easy to identify. Way underrated and untalked about. This is a lobster. lobster mushroom. Yeah, I know. Every mushroom's got some kind of weird nickname. But the, you know, the real names for them, the scientific names that they're classified under and everything, mushroom names are always, you know, like the official scientific name behind them. They're always like 20 letters long. Some crazy long words that you can't pronounce. So that's why they all got nicknames. But this one has a nickname lobster for a reason. It is, when you cook this, it has a seafood flavor. Example, lobster. And it ain't no joke. It's the most truth you've ever heard in your life. They absolutely have a seafood flavor. It's the flavor of lobster. I mean, that's it. That's why. Yeah, they're orange. Real easy to identify. Orange, and they start to get these darker reddish, orangish spots as they get older. Super easy to identify. The orange and everything is actually a not a bacteria, but a parasite. It's a parasite that attacks a mushroom and turns it into this. So these lobster mushrooms actually start out with a different life. They start out as a different mushroom. They're white and red, and I can't think of what they're called, but they're pretty toxic. They make you sick, give you an upset stomach. But a parasite attacks them, and those particular, you know, mushrooms themselves, I don't know of any others that this happens to, but it chemically transforms it. It turns it into a whole different mushroom. Good for deep frying, grilling, sauteing. They go great in pasta. A nice little pasta dish that you would like with shrimp or chunks of lobster in it, if you can imagine that. Nice buttery garlic pasta dish. Even a dish that's served cold. You know, of course you want to cook these, but a dish that's served on the cool side, a pasta dish with seafood in it. Yeah, nice light summer kind of meal. Excellent, excellent, excellent. You won't believe it. Get out and look for them. Anywhere in North America, USA that I know of, except maybe you know, your drier desert type climates. Yeah, lobsters. I should be able to find, like I said, it's hard for me to explain, but these start out as a different mushroom, and the parasite attacks it and turns it into this. And I'm sure I'll be able to find the mushroom that it starts out as. I know. I'll get it together. I'll make it make sense here in a minute. But yeah, they start out as that white and red mushroom. I can't remember what they're called. I wish I could tell you. I just know that, yeah, that's how a lobster mushroom starts out. I should be able to find. Sorry, I'm sweating like a pig. It's humid as could be. It's been raining this morning. I got rain pants on, so it's just trapping all that heat in. Yeah, it's hot. Should be another one around. But yeah, that's how the lobster mushroom starts out. There you go. There's yeah, they start out like that. Here's one. Parasite attacks it and totally transforms its whole makeup into a different mushroom, inside and out. There's a couple here. Yeah, but I guess those are a pretty nasty mushroom to eat them when they're in this stage. Alright, and there's some chanterelles, little tiny button chanterelle. Here's some more. Chanterelles come in lots of couple different varieties. The kind that grow around me are usually about like this. They don't get that nice trumpet shape. There's a couple different kind of, sometimes they do. On perfect years when you've had lots of rain and lots of sun and things are perfect, they get the nice trumpet shape that a traditional chanterelle has. And there's a couple different varieties of chanterelles. Again, I don't know the names of them. There's golden and yellow and something. So don't count on me to, don't rely on me for your main source of information, that's for sure. There's a whole patch of them in here. Small ones, young ones. You can see all them little yellow dots. There's some there, going under that little piece of hedge tree. There's another one of them deals that turns into a lobster. So yeah, those are pretty young. I'll leave them be. There's a bunch back in there. They're all pretty small. What really helps for nice chanterelles when you find it, and all mushrooms in general, is when you find a nice open sunny spot in the middle of the woods where they've gotten some sun. All right, I gotta get out on this vine. We'll go find some more. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see that sunlight coming through in clear sky. Got about, I don't know, 15, 20 feet and a pasture starts. So we got some more open sky here. Therefore, we got some bigger chanterelles. You see them? No? Yeah, they blend in pretty well. Even though they're bright yellow, you gotta look for them. So these are a little bit better example of a more traditional looking chanterelle that you would see. But here in Kansas, that's just the way they get. That's about as trumpety as they get. You know, the ones in more mountainous areas and cooler climates where they find them, that the center of that cone down in there it's more of a cone, and it's shaped like the end of a trumpet or trombone. I mean, you can see that shape, right? So yeah, but that's about as good as they get for Kansas, and size wise too, that I've ever found. And I've been finding them for a while. I'm in the woods a lot, but maybe it's just me locally, but I'm sure they taste just as good as anywhere else. But yeah, so a lot of people would have trouble identifying chanterelles from what they traditionally see, like these here. They might come across these little young buttons. They start out young like this, and they're kind of a button shape. Just a little yellow button, and might be hard for you to identify that as a chanterelle, and it is. Until you find a bunch of these in the patch of the larger ones, and it's like, oh, those are just the little baby ones, young ones. But these are pretty typical around here for whatever reason. Anyway, yeah, chanterelles. It's another variety. These little button ones are actually pretty tasty anyway. They're all deep undercover here. They're all over the place. Just gotta get down there and find them. Got a lobster. Oh, big lobster. Ain't this? Two small ones actually. He's down under the ground. Just gonna have to chunk him out. Those style are tasty. Little hard balls, little morsely ones. Those are the best. Real firm mushroom. Once that parasite takes them over, they become really firm. Awesome. They cook up. When they're done cooking, they're beautiful. They have the most beautiful color. They're the most beautiful colored mushroom there is. If you saute them or whatever, and don't put any breading on them, they're beautiful. They present the plate very well. Sweating like a pig. It's 280,000% humidity in here. Out here. Down here. Look at all these shanties. Little dinkos. Dinkos. Look at them guys. That's half the size of my pinky nail. Lots of them. Hey, he's tried to make a trumpet. The base gets trumpet shape, but just not down in there. Down the throat of them. They're all over back in there. I know you can't see them, but they are. Yeah, cool. Here's some more lobster. Yeah, they kind of intermingle with each other for whatever reason. And these lobsters are really fresh. The more brilliant orange they are, the fresher they are. And see how they really stay down under the dirt? Those are the good ones. Those ones that are tucked down under the dirt like that, like I say, there's something about them. They're extra firm and just have more flavor, and they're just nice. They cut up better texture, better flavor. Beautiful. I mean, I know they're not. You're like, ooh, what the heck? But after you eat them a few times, it changes your mind. There's a couple. There's some tucked down under the ground right there. Another one there. I'll pluck this big boy here. Nice fat stem on it. Good example. This was what I would call average size. Another one right there. Another one up there. Another one up there. They come in waves. When you find them, you find them. Just like any mushrooms. Morels are the same way. You find one, there's more. Keep looking hard in that area once you find one. Under every leaf and every log. In the immediate area. You can step right over and not know it and turn around and look back, and there they are. So, just like I did with this monster. Here you go. I walked right past this guy. Big boy. Beautiful. Look at that. Isn't it crazy? That's an older one. It's taking on some red staining. I guess it's going to be a heck of a year for these guys. I don't know. Pretty thick right through here. Another little one growing. That was weird looking. There's just a load of them out this year. I saw another one up here somewhere. I don't see it now at the moment. There's another one over here to our left. A couple of them. And see how they just kind of bury them? He's kind of buried under stuff. That's a nice dark one. It's huddled up right to the ground. For whatever reason, those ones are the best. Beautiful. That's, you know, mud all over them and stuff. Beautiful. Nice and firm. They're perfect. They're prime. Prime condition right now. There's one over here glowing like a pumpkin. Look at this guy. You see him? Look at this. Look at the shape on this one. That deserves to go in a book. The shape. Look at the shape of that. You can see its original shape and form of whatever those are before the parasite takes them over. That deserves to go in a photograph of a mushroom book. That's beautiful. Don't laugh at me. It is. You never see them like that. A traditional mushroom shape. They're never like that. Don't knock it till you try it. Lobster. Anyway, that ain't even the one I was talking about. There's more. There's another one right there. It's tucked down under the ground. Another little one growing there. Another one there. Look at that. That's the one you were looking at a second ago. Through the timber. Whoa. Another beautiful specimen. They're just doubled up. Doubled up, tripled up. Bucketfuls if I wanted them. I just... So, Oh, there's some trumpet-shaped ones over here between these trees, like I was talking about, because they're out there getting more sunshine, so they're developed a little better. We'll go get them. But they're all over here. All them yellow dots. Beautiful. They're all over. Just like what I showed you right here. They're all over. Right in there, and over here. Over here. I'm gonna go show you these. So yeah, get out and find them. Something to do. If you like mushrooms, if you like morels, you like button mushrooms from a store, if you like mushrooms, fried, sauteed, whatever you do, come out and get them. Apparently they like to grow along old barbed wire fences. Don't all mushrooms? And these aren't as trumpety as I thought, but from a distance they really looked trumpety. Doesn't matter, hell, tastes the same. Load it up. Load it up. You guys know what I'm talking about. They all like their own little microclimate. You know how you're oh my goodness. So you can see this when you look at the forest here, when you look at where I'm at here, you see how this is a lot greener ground cover, and it's just more denser and fuller all through there. The timber's bigger. It's that way all the way along there. Okay, that's just to my left. Okay, and then just 5 feet to my right, you got more sunshine, clear canopy, wildflowers instead of them dark bushes, and the ground cover, it's thick and dark and woody, and this is all wildflowers and more of an open floor. And then the chanterelles are all over the place. And I don't know if you can see them all in there. All them yellow dots on the ground. They're just all over. But it's just neat how mushrooms are like that. And a lot of you might be familiar with morels. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Her experienced morel hunters, seasoned morel hunters. It's just neat how when the microclimate of that area changes rapidly, that's when you start finding mushrooms, if you know what I mean. Say you're walking along and you're walking through a stretch of timber that's cedar trees and a mix of cedar trees and hedge trees, and maybe there's viney stuff or whatever growing down on the forest floor. And then all of a sudden you come to a line where this stuff starts to change, and then and say you've only walked about 20 or 30 feet, but then something changes. You start getting into elm trees and plum thickets. Just 30 feet behind you, you were in cedars and hedge trees and stuff. And then, like I say, you come into something that changes, you start finding mushrooms on that line. And that happens to me all the time. And I don't know what it is, but that's the way they are. It's one of the things to look for, instead looking up ahead instead of staring at the ground all the time. Once you get experienced with the certain type of mushroom you're looking for, that way you don't have to walk through the woods looking right down at the ground. And it takes years and years to understand that and to feel what I'm talking about. But you guys that know. And if you guys are into it and you're learning about it, hopefully you'll come to that peak moment that I'm speaking of one day, where you can just look out across a field or down the tree line or up the forest a little way and say, I better just make a beeline for that spot. It's fun. It's like anything else. It takes experience. And no matter how much you do it, you don't get used to the humidity. All right, I'll check back with you guys. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I got a plastic bag. What? So what? I'm lucky I got a bag. Lucky I had a bag in the old bucket. The old chlorine briquette buckets. Screw-on lids. They're the best. Most of the time. I like both. I like snap-off and screw-on. Different situations call for different litigation. Hey, what up? I just looked in my bag. Yeah, I'm using a bag. Everybody go ahead, criticize, leave a comment, please, even if it's a critical one. Um, just happen to have bags. Didn't plan on mushroom hunting. I had some in my bucket with my fishing gear. Been out fishing, ran across mushrooms, so got a plastic bag. Go ahead, leave me a comment, criticize me, because at this point my YouTube channel is like a month old, and I got like 15 videos out, and I've had 2 comments, and I got 8 subscribers. So I'll take your critical comments. Somebody please comment. But yeah, so if you're seeing this, yeah, it's brand new. Yeah, finding some mushrooms in Kansas. A lot of y'all might not think there's any forests in Kansas. We got some trees. There's a few, couple. Oh yeah, just a few. You're all right. There ain't no forest here. Got mushrooms too. But I looked in my bag that I've been picking with, and I looked in there and realized I didn't have very many chanterelles. So got to get some more, and you know, have enough for me and to share some. But yeah, like morel hunting too, fishing too. During morel season, morels actually supersede my fishing. Yeah, fishing goes to the back door when morels are up. I love them, love morels, love hunting them, and I find a few. You really won't like me then, because I use a bucket to pick morels. I gotta have a bucket. So yeah, you'll really hate me when you see me carrying a bucket of morels through the woods. But whatever, that's the way I have to do it. A bag, they just get smashed up, broken up. I'm walking for miles and miles through the woods with 10 pounds of mushrooms at a time, 3 miles from a road. A bag don't cut it. Dragging it through the timber and over logs, they get smashed up, beat up, especially late in the year when they get dry and crumbly. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I put them in a bucket. Keeps them in shape. But anyway, yeah. Gotta get enough to share. And these guys ain't very big. They don't go a long ways. There's enough here I could get real greedy and find a lot, or pick a lot. La-di-day, la-di-da. Yeah, these little guys, these little button baby ones, they're the best to pick. You know, I mean, you don't want to pick them all and dry up your spot, but those are the best. They'll last longer. They're younger. They'll last longer in the refrigerator. They transport in your vessel better. They're not crumbling, gonna fall apart. So there you go, little pound worth in just a couple minutes. All right, we're gonna get on out of here. I'll get a better shot of them when I get home. Hey, appreciate you listening to my BS, and yeah, let's get out of here. Later. Hey, what's going on? Hey, that's going to wrap up this show for today. It got pretty long there. Next show, we're going to set some more limb lines, catch some catfish and some bait, and yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. Hey, I don't know, maybe some of you out there might, I've had some people in my life that I know personally that suffer from like seasonal depressions. They get in the middle of the seasons, throughout the seasons during the year, spring, summer, fall, whatnot, they start feeling a little blue through the middle of it. Happens to people in winter, and summertime hits them real bad, the ones I know. I don't know if that way for any of you that might suffer from that, but yeah, just might give you an idea. If you like morel hunting, you like being in the outdoors, you like mushroom hunting, a lot of people don't do it, but go out and try the summer mushrooms. They're excellent. They're delicious. They're easy to identify. Don't rely on me for the full identification. Take you a field book, field manual. Don't rely on the internet. You're not going to get phone service out there in those kind of places most of the time. Get you a field book, wild mushrooms. Go out and identify them while you're out there. The ones I showed you today are pretty easy to identify. There's a few that are similar to chanterelles and those little button types. Those little button type chanterelles, they're similar to a lot of other mushrooms, mainly ones that come out in the fall. But yeah, you need to make sure you identify them properly. But yeah, if you suffer from seasonal depression, you need something to do in the summer, and you like morel hunting, get out and find the mushrooms. A lot of people don't go after them. I don't ever see anybody in the woods looking for them. Not liking the morels, man. It's like a competition out there. But yeah, there's plenty out there, plenty to be had. So yeah, appreciate you coming along. Next show, I'll show you what I do to prepare them when I get home and take care of them. And yeah, I'll show you what I do in my own special kind of Johnny Fish way. But yeah, all right. Hey, appreciate you coming along. Yeah, get out there. Go get them. Let's do it. All right. Hey, go. We'll see you at the next spot. Later.